Hey there, welcome back to the vlog. This is a whole new season of the vlog. It's going to have a whole heap of new stuff. I've done a long hard think about what I'm going to put in here that's not just copying the same as everybody else. I've got some stuff to open in big boxes, and I've got a couple of really good stories, so we'll just roll this new intro sequence and let's get going. Okie dokie, so I am going to spend quite a lot of time on this vlog looking at what people need to do with their camera gear and their cameras and their video cameras and sound and audio and all of that all this neat creative stuff we love doing. I want to have a look at how we can do that and focus more on using technology from last season sort of thing. I want to have a really close look at how you can achieve the results you want without having to spend the big bucks, because there's so much tech out there that's advancing a little bit at a time, but the price goes up, and for a tenth of the cost of what you can buy something that's brand new today, you can get something that's 98-99% of what you're after. It might not have some bells and whistles, it might be missing a little bit, but it means that you can get something that you can use that's fantastic. And I'm going to be covering a lot of that sort of thing in the next 365 vlogs. Okay, I'm also going to be opening up a whole pile of boxes. I'm actually going to be able to get some of this stuff. And I'm going to open it up, I'm going to use it, we're going to have a look and see how it works. I'm going to compare it to some of the new really big flash stuff that I can find around that other people I know have got, and see what the real difference is, and what the cost benefit is of being able to, say, spend less on a camera and buy a couple of lights and that kind of thing. Anyway, speaking of lights, I've got a bit of a story to tell you. I ordered a whole heap of lights from AliExpress about a month ago. They were specifically for a gig that I was putting on, and the gig's been and gone, and the lights have just arrived today. Now, the reason I did this is that I can buy them at around about 5% of the cost of what I originally got them for. I bought this really neat light, this really neat set of LED power lights about 6-7 years ago, and they were about $600 a pop. Quite expensive when you think about it now, but at the time that was a good price. Now I've been able to get another 20 of them for that same price, and I'll just grab the boxes. So here they are, 2 big boxes all the way from China. They only took 3-4 days to get here. They left China and arrived in New Zealand within 3 days. The problem I have with all of this is that I ordered it 3 weeks ago and it took them 2.5 weeks to even start shipping them. And that's a risk that you take when you are buying stuff from places like Barber, AliExpress, even eBay at times and things like that. You can do a lot of stuff at a lot lower price, a lot lower cost, but you are taking some risk while you do that, and it's just something you need to accept and figure in with what you're doing. Anyway, I'm going to open these up now and start pulling out these lights, and we'll have a look at them. Righty-ho, so that's a huge pile of LED power lights. I'm just going to open one up here so you can see what it is that we're getting. There we go. Now, as I said, these are a lot lower price, and you're certainly taking a bit of a risk when you do something like this. So what I did is I ordered one of these in advance. I've had it for a few months now just to try out and make sure that they're okay. And it's been a really good light, so I've now got actually 21 of them, and there you go. So it's full DMX control, it's got pass-through power and data. It comes with a neat little bracket in here, and some screws and things, and of course the power cable. Now the first one I got, I've just noticed, actually came with the DMX control cable, and this one doesn't. So there you go, case in point. Sometimes they will turn up with a DMX cable, sometimes they won't. I'm going to have to go buy some DMX cables for these now. But there you go. I got some other lights as well. Here we go. It's this one here, which is a moving headlight, and there we go. There's one of these. Okay, so now I've got all these really neat lights here. It's just a real pity that they didn't actually turn up in time for what I wanted them for. It would have been great to have had them for the show last weekend, but as I've been saying, when you're reducing the cost on what you're buying and you're getting something from overseas and an unknown supplier and stuff, you do need to accept that sometimes stuff ain't going to go quite right. For the next show we put on, this is going to be pretty fantastic though. So anyway, let's carry on now, and we'll go look at... In New Zealand, that's pretty much the cold season for the year coming on. And what that means is there's a lot of soup being made. And soups are great, but as my bearded brothers and the men in moustaches would know, moustaches get into the soup and it gets a bit messy. It causes it to drip around, and it can get into your beard, and yeah, just to be a little bit unsightly. As manly and as much sex appeal as a beard gives you, you really don't want your soup dripping down. So I'm gonna have to go and visit a friend of mine who's got a new store, a new business running, and he's got a solution for this and is going to help me out. But first of all, I've got to just sort of bolster my whole man being and hardwareness up, and I'm going to go to a hardware store. Right, this is what I came for, but I also got these, and a few new screws, and a wall mounting bracket thing. But that's just what's going to happen when you send me into a hardware store with a credit card and I need to do stuff in the shed at home. Anyway, now it's time to head on around to check out my mate's new business and have a look at my mow. Okay, it's not going to be a shock to most people. I know that it's been quite some time since I walked into a barber's. It's not somewhere that I'm typically well known for frequenting. And we're gonna see what happens here. This could be fucking weird.
Yo, they see my tattoos, yeah, they say he bad news. Clap dudes, whack dudes, eat them up like cashews. Black shoes on my feet, rap dude, wanna be pack crew in the heat. I clap you in the street. I'm eating M&M's, niggas like it's him again. Sweet as like it's cinnamon, he the such a millionaire. She got a slight tan, looking for a white man. Michael Jackson came out, like what the fuck, man. He walking to the bitch, smooth, talking plenty shit. Top having to the glove.
Okay, so first time I've been to a barber and I've just been weird out. What is it, Rob? 28 years?
28 years since he got his last chop.
Yep, okay, so just clean the mow. I think this is all we need to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is by request as well, so...
Yeah, couple of millimeters off. Just got to keep it out of the soup, hey?
Okay, yeah. Usually we'll use clippers, but Tim requested a pair of scissors, so I will oblige. And try not cutting his lip.
Primo. No one does it like.
20 bucks. Chopping block now.
At the chopping block. Okie doke, that's enough of that. The mow, as you can see here, quite nicely trimmed. Thanks heaps for that, Rob. Bloody brilliant. If you're in the Wellington Wainui area, go check him out if you need your hair cut. Mine doesn't. It's all nice and tidy, as you can see. It's the chopping block. It's in Wainui. I'll put a link and all that sort of goodness below and that sort of thing. And we'll be going back and seeing him. Now, Rob does a whole heap of really interesting stuff around here. We're going to deal with that in future vlogs, and I'll definitely keep you up to date, and I think you'll be surprised. Anyway, that's all we've got for tonight. Don't forget to click on the subscribe thing here. Check out previous videos up here. They're yeah, have a look at them. They're interesting. And I will see you tomorrow, where I'm going to go and investigate some cameras and bits and pieces that are a little bit older, and another camera I've got that's brand new. See you later.